In this video, I wanted to quickly touch upon why high ticket sales actually works. What is it? Why does it work? I want to keep this fluff free, make it super concise, and help you understand if this is something that maybe you want to get into. It's not for everybody, right? And it's no dream business model or way of making money. It requires a lot of hard work, but here are the reasons why it actually works. So when you see all of these influencers, when you see anybody with any level of following online, they understand that their following is actually a way to make money, right? You'll hear people say, I do this for the love of the game, yada, yada, yada. At the end of the day, everybody makes money from online and having a following and an influence. And that's not wrong. Like, there's nothing wrong with that, right? Think of your favorite influencer. If they are somewhat big in some way, shape or form, they either have something called some form of low ticket product, or they have a high ticket product, or they have a mid ticket product. They have something that they sell, right? Now, most people understand that if you want to make more money, you're going to have to sell more expensive things. And one of the most expensive things that you can actually sell is information, right? Now, half of the people watching this video just going to see it, all of the scam, course is scam, da 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 da. Cool, you keep thinking that. And to be fair, you're right. Some of the things can be scams, but not everything is, right? Anyways, information which can help a person transform their life is very, very valuable, right? And that's why these businesses work, because they can either sell information, they can sell a service, they can sell access sometimes. Sometimes it's just about getting access to a community. There's so many different things you can actually sell, right? High ticket doesn't just mean selling courses. It includes selling courses, but it can be selling software solutions to businesses. It can be selling, helping people get a job in medicine, things like that. Like, there are so many different things that you can help somebody do and you can charge high ticket for. High ticket basically just means something more than £2,000-3,000, right? Or $2,000-3,000. Because with those kind of purchases, you actually need to be speaking to someone before you're actually going to pull the trigger, right? People can spend up to around $1,000 USD, £1,000 online without having to speak to a person. When it becomes more than that, that's when people need to speak to a person. They may have some reservations, they may have some fear, they want to know how it works. That is where high ticket sales people come in. This is the job of a high ticket closer. They need to be able to sit on the call and help a person overcome whatever's in their brain, whether it's they need some reassurance, they might have some fears, they may have a way of thinking that's led them to not taking actions, whatever it may be, to take this action if it's a good fit for them, right? A good salesperson is going to push a person forward to taking an action that they should have done a long time ago. If it's not a good fit, if the person is not a good fit for the program or the product, then you're not a good salesperson if you encourage or push a person or convince a person to actually buy something that they don't need, right? Now, that's usually what a closer does. A setter is somebody who qualifies leads, right? When they first opt into some kind of program or service or show any level of interest, right? Now, I don't want to get too detailed into it, but when you see somebody online, I'm just using the example of an influencer, they might say something like, they might make a really, really valuable video. It might be short form, say on Instagram, and they'll drop some tips on something that you're interested in, and then they'll say, comment the word XYZ, and I'll send you my free guide, whatever it may be, right? Oftentimes when they send that free guide, they are collecting some information, like an email from you, because an email, phone number, things like that. They are then going to put all of that in a spreadsheet, and they are going to have a salesperson, a setter, reach out to you, probably call you and see if you can benefit from the program, the product the person is selling. And if so, they will help you, nudge you forward to the closing call, and the closer will then have a chat with you and help you get over the line, right? Good business is you find somebody who has a need for your product, they literally need it from you, they have the budget, they have the agency, and they want it now, right? Like, when you have those kind of four things, then you've got a qualified prospect, and you should be closing them, because this can help them change their life, right? Now, it depends on what the program, the product, the service is, but that's generally how it works. So, going back to the point of the video, why does high ticket sales work? Well, all of these business people, all of these influencers, Most of them are entrepreneurs. They're all entrepreneurs. They have made a business from their following. Now, if they want to sell high ticket programs, they usually start doing it by themselves, right? They'll jump on the sales calls themselves. But when they start getting past 20, 30, 40, 50K a month, the only way to scale is to make a bigger team who can take those sales calls. Now, sales in and of itself, the ability to speak, communicate to somebody and help them make a buying decision, which is good for them, but also good for you as a business, is a skill. It requires learning certain frameworks, certain techniques. There's so much that goes into the skill of sales, but the point is this: these influencers can't go to 1 million, 10 million a month and beyond that by themselves. They need a team of people who are skilled, who are going to help increase their conversion rates of people who jump on a sales call, show interest and actually buy the product. That's how they scale their businesses. That is how they cannot do it on their own. If they get AI to do it, there's a lot of talk on setters being replaced by AI. Closers, I hear less people talk about that, but I hear more about setters. Honestly, I feel like a solid dialed setting team would absolutely smash AI. Just because there have been countless occasions where, just like closing is a skill, setting is a real skill because you have to sell the call. And anyways, that's a topic for a different day, but I genuinely feel a good setting team will smash an AI team any day of the week. However, maybe the AI team will have, or the AI product or the software will have more advantages because you don't need to manage people and so on and so forth. Anyways, topic for a different day. The point is this, is the influencer needs to outsource that work, and they need people who are going to help them do the work of sales, right? They need a sales team if they want to scale their business to the next level. And what they are looking for are reliable people who have the skill of sales, who are going to be able to help them convert as many people into paying customers and keep everyone happy. This is why high ticket sales works. It's not a business model. You're often operating under your own limited company. A lot of people don't even set that up. I highly advise that for tax purposes, etc., etc. But when people are starting out, they'll just jump on just as, somebody doing some random work. And it's not a business model. I wouldn't see it as a business model, but it teaches you all of the necessary skills that I feel like you will need to learn as an entrepreneur, right? And so yeah, that's basically how it works, is people who have a following, who have a lot of influence, they have something to sell, they need help to sell that thing. And because, until the dawn of time, especially as this influencer age, not even just influencers, but as the age of information and being able to connect, social media, all of these kind of things grows, more and more people are going to have more and more of a following. These are all going to be their own independent companies who are going to want to sell high ticket items, right? This is not even just restricted towards influencers. I'm just using an example to help you guys understand what this can often look like. A lot of high ticket offers will be working for some kind of influencer, someone with a following, right? But it's not restricted to that. There's many offers out there that are software solutions and you can work for them and they're just working B2B, business to business, right? So that's how high ticket sales work. That's why it works. My opinion is it's one of those things that I think will last a very, 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 very long time. I don't see anything replacing a full sales team. I think you'll always need some level of sales team. The way and that might look, it might differ, but you will always need salespeople, in my opinion. And so that's how it works. That's why it works. If you feel like this is something that you could be interested in, you might want to look into it. There's a lot of videos out there. I'll put my videos out there to help give people more information, and especially for Muslims. It is a halal way to make money online, provided you're selling the right things, etc., etc. In and of itself, it is halal. And so that is the way that I made my money online, quit my job. I'm able to literally work from anywhere in the world, alhamdulillah. Genuinely one of the best decisions I ever made in my life. And this video was just covering what it is, why it works, and why I feel like it's here to stay. And it's one of the best ways to make money online if you are starting from scratch. You have nothing else, because starting a business from scratch is it's a massive mountain to climb. Whereas learning the skill of sales, this one domain, you can get very, very good at it. And being in this space, you see how a business is run, and then you can learn those skills while making money and then grow your empire, inshallah ta'ala. If that was useful, give it a like, subscribe, and inshallah, I will catch you on the next one. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.